Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Greetings, football family. Happy Football Sunday to the football family. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast. My name is Benton, along with the rest of the family. Come on, Junior Wagwan family. Happy club football weekend. How you doing?
Mercy. Happy club football weekend. It was. I am so happy that the Premier League is back. Not Jamaica Premier League. English Premier League is back.
Junior Wagwan family, are we the streaming partner of the Jamaican Premier League, Junior?
Well, we would definitely love to be the streaming partner of the Jamaican Premier League, so please forward the JPL.
Yeah, but how are you doing, Junior?
I'm content.
But speak up, Junior. Speak up. For Manchester United doing quite well. You sound very just quiet, Bridget. Come on. I expect a little bit more energy from you.
No, because you see when we meet expectation, we don't act crazy.
All right, football family, Ball Chat Podcast is all about reviewing some of the major news in the world of football. It's all about club football this week. We'll discuss the Premier League. We'll discuss Arsenal Football Club, Arsenal Corner Dog. We'll also talk about Brentford's sensational win against Arsenal. We talk about Manchester City and what's going on with Manchester City. We'll wrap up the show, and we also discuss La Liga and Barcelona moving on. Barcelona look wonderful without Lionel Messi. Right, come on.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear me utter those words ever, because I'm still upset that Brad Pitt is still there. Can you imagine? PK was the star. The crowd was chanting PK's name just because he took off the cut. Madness.
Get your moment in the spotlight, PK. You have been overshadowed very long by Messi. But we'll discuss La Liga. We'll also touch Bundesliga and what's going on with Bayern Munich as Nagelsmann takes the reign. They drew 1-1 in their opening matchup against Mönchengladbach. We'll wrap up at the end of the show with the Oddballers discussing Jamaican football and get some update on the Jamaican Premier League. If you're watching us on Ball Chat YouTube page, remember, family, we're running in trying to get subscribers. Our road to 5,000 new subscribers. Join in. Subscribe to the platform. It's a live and interactive show. If you're watching us on FlowSports, also subscribe to FlowSport, live and interactive. You can send on your comments or questions. We're also on Facebook and we're also on Twitter and Twitch. But we'll always start off with Ballers and Bugs. Ballers being the impressive players of the week. Bugs being impressive. Come on. First baller of the new season. Who do you have as your baller and why?
I don't want to say it, and every time I have to give a Manchester United a baller of the week, my chest hurt me. It's like an angel lose a halo or a wing when I have to say it. But I have to give it to Paul Pogba. The first half, he was a little bit lackluster, like, whatever. But him turn it up, and he provided a whole bunch of assists, a hat trick and one assist, for Paul Pogba. So I want to give it to him, but it has to be a tie, it has to be a draw. And it's two new players. Paul Pogba with the 4 assists and an exceptional game, the first game for the season, and Bruno with a hat trick. So it has to be those two, players. And I also need to give an honorable mention to Son. I keep telling people, Son is my baller. It's just unfortunate that he's been overshadowed by Kane. But Son placed Tottenham on his back today, and he was successful in beating Manchester City. So, baller of the week, Pogba and Bruno is a tie for me, and Son gets my honorary mention.
Football family, if you have ballers of the week, ballers being impressive players of the week, or bugs of the week, the unimpressive players of the week, send them on. We'll go ahead and read them out for you. Camon's ball of the week is shared award for Come On this week. She's giving it to Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. Magnificent performance by both players in that massacre of Leeds United. Manchester United defeated Leeds 5-1, even though the beating still continue. Junior, my brethren, the Manchester United fan, who you have as your baller of the week?
I'm about to be in mid-season form right now. Because you know that I am the boss of some random comments. My ball of the week is going to be the vaccine. Because
What?
listen, I'm not going to get political, but opening weekend of football, of World Club football, the big clubs, and to hear the fans in the stands is a different kind of a aura, different kind of an environment. So big up to all the people out there that are doing the work, trying to eradicate this virus and trying them best for just make we enjoy ourselves. So first ball of the week, go to all of the health professionals out there who are fighting against COVID, man. Cause trust me, without football would be boring this weekend. But Thomas Frank, the head coach of Brentford could have come out. They're newly promoted. They're playing against the mighty Arsenal. They could have come out and laid an egg. I'm not going to blame Arsenal. I'm going to give it to Mr. Frank. My ball of the week is the coach for Brentford. And also, former Manchester United coach David Moyes. If it's one thing we could have cussed about David Moyes is any side when coaching, very defensive, very lethargic, very this. But for them to come back against Newcastle, in Newcastle, that is telling us something about David Moyes' growth as a coach. So two coaches and the healthcare professionals are my ball of the week.
Ballers, keep the ballers coming, family. Send on your ballers. We'll go ahead and highlight them. Junior's giving baller of the week to the healthcare professionals for trying to eradicate or control this pandemic that we're currently playing in. It's a wonderful sight to see and hear fans back in the stadium in the English Premier League. So that was interesting. And on the field, at least as a coach, he's giving the ball of the week to David Moyes. Big up. And Thomas Frank of Brentford is getting ball of the week also from Junior. My ballers of the week. I'm going to first give a ball of the week to Mikel Antonio. He scored a goal today, but most importantly, Mikel Antonio, who was once considered a utility player. He plays anywhere for whichever team that he was on. This kid has come a long way. Has scored 47 goals for West Ham United. He has tied Paulo Di Canio as the leading Premier League scorer for West Ham United. Reverse the clock 5 years ago, no one thought Mikel Antonio would have scored 47 goals for any club. At least, if a person out there think that, we should take that person and make a bet for the future. So we have to give Mikel Antonio, the way he's evolved his game and the way he's improved, a ball of the week for time. Paulo Di Canio scoring his 47th goal for West Ham against Newcastle's. West Ham defeated Newcastle in an encounter today. And I also give a ball of the week to Thomas Frank. I want to reiterate that ball of the week acknowledgement from Junior. Ball of the week to Brentford. They had two players in that lineup with Premier League experience. Ivan Toney had 2 appearances for Newcastle, and Sergi Canos had 1 appearance for Liverpool. A total of 3 Premier League appearances in that Brentford lineup. But somehow they were able to defeat Arsenal 2-0. That was absolutely impressive. 74 years wait to get to top tier football for Brentford, and on that special night, it was sensational as they defeat Arsenal 2-0. So, ball of the week to Brentford. Junior, and come on, let's get...
1 second. Did you just call Mikel Antonio kid? He's 91 years old, Benson.
It's just an expression. All right, the big man, Mikel Antonio. Big respect to the big man, Mikel Antonio, for scoring 47 goals. Did any of you guys reverse the clock? They think Mikel Antonio would score 47 goals for any side 5 years ago? Talk the truth. Come on.
No, you're not going to talk about Jamaica number 9 at all.
So I have to give him ball of the week. Junior, you're quiet. Did you ever think Mikel Antonio would score 47 goals for any side 5 years ago?
he does have the body type of a prototypical successful English Premier League striker. So yes.
Jeez, what a man, wicked.
That sounds like a backhanded compliment.
All right, football family, send on your ballers and bugs. We'll go ahead and highlight them as you send them on. Junior, let's get to bugs of the week. We'll start with you. Bugs of the week, family. Unimpressive players.
Yo, it's too early for we cuss off players. I'm gonna cuss off a coach. Pep Guardiola. You a lot of teams can come out and say it's the first week and we tried to get ourselves in gear. You just got a Bob Marley from Leicester last week in a cup game, and you come back and collect another Bob Marley today from Tottenham. And I'm sorry, they have 15 wingers on their roster, 15 wingers, and them start the worst one on the right wing in my boy there, Riyad Mahrez, and you bring in Grealish, and you put Grealish and Sterling. And sorry, but my bad. My next ball of the week is a Tottenham right back. He have everybody in the right back.
Tanganga. All right.
Tanganga. So Pep Guardiola, my bug of the week. Fernandinho is playing, 38, 36 years old, in the middle. You spend all this money upon Grealish. You want to spend 150 million upon Kane, and Tottenham is sitting here and say, yo, we're not sending Harry Kane. Why you don't go for Kylian Mbappe? But questioning Pep Guardiola, man. Pep Guardiola, my bug of the week. Foolishness.
Ball of the week. Let's get to ball first. Ball of the week for Junior. Pep Guardiola. We'll get to Man City. Failure against Spurs today. Pep Guardiola gets the bug of the week for Junior for showing up, not ready to fight. And whatever else Junior had to say about that. But, take that with a grain of salt. Junior is a Manchester United fan. Big up Crime Minister. Crime Minister said ball of the week is Paul Labelle Pogba. Put some respect on the name. What kind of middle name is that? Labelle? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Label up the man name properly, man.
What? How do you pronounce that name in French? Labelle? Labelle?
Listen.
Paul Labelle Pogba.
We're now going to start the season off at disrespect. The man General Pogba. SCSL South Christ said that his baller is Lucas Moura, Tottenham. Baller of the week.
And you notice South Croix is not saying put any respect on the name. But the Manchester United fan Crime Minister is running in. Put some respect on the name. So big up yourself, Crime Minister. Big up yourself to cry. Bugs of the week. Come on. We know you have a lot of bugs as usual. Football family, you have bug of the week. Send them on. Unimpressive players of the week. Come on. AKA Bug. Who do you have?
Arsenal. We can't talk about bugs and not talk about Arsenal. I'm like, are we going to be in another season where Arsenal continues to let down the fans and the non-fans? Because I'm not a fan of Arsenal. How much is too much before they decide to let Arteta go, to say that Arteta is not the man at the club for the club? And then is Saka going to be the star player? Are they going to put the hopes and the dreams of Arsenal on this young man's shoulder when they have all these players? Pepe, I forget a little bug, because for all the money that he is worth, you can't get a consistent game out of Pepe. 45 minutes him at, 45 minutes him cool. Like, really, dude? So Arteta and the entire Arsenal squad, Man City needs to get a bug, because listen, as much as Son is my baller, Spurs is garbage. And Spurs, the first half was boring, but in the second half, Spurs took the game to them. Steve Bruce and Newcastle, they blew a 2-0 lead to come lose 4-2 to West Ham. Rubbish! So Arsenal, Man City, Steve Bruce and Newcastle.
Arsenal, Man City, Steve Bruce and Newcastle getting Cameron's bug of the week. Arsenal is just... Yeah, they are the bug of the week for me. They are the bug of the week. And Cameron already highlighted it. It's Mikel Arteta. Let's just go ahead and just clear it right now. Mikel Arteta is not the man for this job. He's out of his depth. I mean, he's go and go get some experience. Maybe Wayne Rooney needs some help at Derby County. Maybe there's a championship team that he needs to get some experience. But Mikel Arteta is not the man for this job, and he gets a bug of the week. You cannot show up on day one of the Premier League season and talk, and your team doesn't have intensity. They're not ready to go to work. That falls at the feet of the coach, who says he's extremely disappointed. Rubbish! Bug of the week for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. And I'm curious to know what will happen this week when they play Chelsea Football Club. All right, let's get to Kian. Prime Minister is saying, what bug of the week is Kian? All a distraction. Luckily for Spurs, they did enough. Ball of the week for Owen Gray. Let's go over to the chat. Owen Gray is saying, Junior, what? Ball of the week is Salah. It must be a Liverpool man scoring 5 consecutive season openers. Oh, how is that stat even?
Yo, hey, yo, we ever put that stat there, you know? Liverpool fans come up with that stat there.
South Cry is saying Grealish for him sort of fell flat for me. Was looking for a better performance.
All right, so Grealish was, and maybe there's just too much hype around this Grealish transfer. But big up yourself, Owen Gray, 5. And yo, let's acknowledge the man baller. Salah scored 5 consecutive season openers. So let's big up Mohamed Salah getting a ball of the week. All right, let's get to some of the major news in the world of football, and let's start off with one of the major news today with the man himself, Gerd Muller, their bomber, passing away at 75 years old. One of the lethal strikers who have walked on the grass of this game. Your thoughts, Junior, and come on Gerd's impact. He won the 1974 World Cup. I mean, just a goal scorer, a wicked goal scorer. 68 goals for West Germany. I think he played 61 internationals for West Germany. The Ballon d'Or winner for 1970. You hear a lot about Der Bomber. Your thoughts, Junior?
Well, you see, for me, I won't even come here and lie to you guys. I say, I remember watching him when I was a kid and watching him. I never saw Muller play live, right? But when you hear Frank Beckenbauer talk about a Gerd Muller, when you hear Michel Platini talk about Muller, when you hear his peers, that is normally the measuring stick of a baller. And when you watch the video highlights, because all I can go off is his highlights, right? And when I watch his highlights, I see a striker that can play in any era. And there's very few strikers out there that can play in any era of football. That is who Muller was. I don't want to say was. That's who the footballer is. So it's definitely a player that, and one thing I want to highlight about him is the way how he made his runs. And again, I've never seen him play live. But the videos that I've seen of him, his runs as a striker is the reason why he scores so many goals. So any young strikers out there, I would tell you this right now, no worry with the fandangles. Look at Muller, look at his execution at that time when there was lack of technology and a brother that is so potent when defenders could literally broke your foot and get a cheer from the referee. So big up Muller. And Benton, I don't want to steal a thunder, but you say heaven have a backside starting lineup for one football game right now.
Yeah. They've got their goal scorer. Come on. 4 Bundesliga titles, 3 European Cup titles. Like I said, World Cup winner in 74 and European Championship winner in 72. Your thoughts on the legendary Der Bomber?
It's true, my baby. I've never seen him play live. And as Junior, when they were talking about Lewandowski breaking the record, I had to go back and look at some of the goals that was scored because they were showing it on ESPN. So let me be honest about that. But for someone to score 566 goals in 607, I think, competitive games for our club is outstanding. And for a record of 40 goals in a season for a club to stand from in the 70s to just being broken in the, just the last season by Lewandowski, it's just a testament to how good a striker he is. So hopefully we can see, the same kind of football and goal scoring prowess that we can see from the young people that he was. So, I just say, heaven over whatever, we have a goalkeeper. They need a goalkeeper.
They need a goalkeeper, but yes, I mean, brilliant player, brilliant player.
Could I say something?
Yeah, remember Banks is it? Banks up there a long time,
Yes,
Oh,
George
yes.
Banks.
Greatest goalkeeper ever.
Yes, yeah, George Banks. Yes, rest in peace, dear Bomber. And all right, let's step away from saluting a legend who's definitely left an indelible mark to players who are actually trying to leave a mark today with the feature matchup in the EPL. Man City versus Spurs. Yo, your thoughts? Spurs won the game 1-0 with all the chaos around Man City, around Spurs, and this drama around Harry Kane going into the. I mean, how did the star-studded Man City team came away from this game without a point at least?
Well, was that the marquee matchup of the weekend?
Yeah,
I mean,
the marquee matchup. It probably was the most boring matchup.
I fell asleep maybe 25 minutes into the first half. But, I had to post that it was so boring. And I think maybe teams were just feeling out each other. Spurs said Hurricane wasn't a part of the team because of lack of match fitness, you think? But I really do think that Manchester City need a number 9, a true number 9. And I am just baffled sometimes as to how bad Mahrez has gotten, where you're like, okay, is he not going to come off of the pitch? So, Spurs kind of stifle Man City today. And it was also interesting that Kevin De Bruyne, he has an injury or coming back from an injury for Pep to put him on. So you know how badly he wanted to kind of shore up the middle and have Manchester City come back into the game. But, the second half is like is a game of two different halves. The first half was uninspiring football. Then the second half kind of picked up where Spurs started to attack. And I even said in the group that says, no football is attacking football and doing out to laugh off of me. But I think after the game and they interviewed Son's remark was that we just wanted to attack the ball, go forward. And that's what they did. So it's only one game. I don't think Manchester City is in real danger, but they need a true number 9.
Junior, they definitely need a new a number 9. Yesterday at the pre-match presser, one would say it was a testy Pep Guardiola, who, of course, there were questions being asked about financial fair play and the fact that there are rumors that they're looking to put forward a £150 million bid for Harry Kane. Pep says, quote, in the past, Manchester United won a lot of titles because they spent more money than the other clubs. You remember that? They spent more money than Man City because we couldn't do it. Before it was one club or two and a half, then other clubs have arrived. Chelsea with Abramovich, Sheikh Mansour, and then they want to be in the world. What is the problem? Pep felt yesterday at the press conference that people are attacking his team for spending money. But Junior, regarding what you saw today, they have to go out and find a striker.
Yeah, they have to go out and find a striker. But let me address the foolishness about Manchester United spending money for championship. Yes, Man U has spent a ridiculous amount of money in the last 5 years. But idiot Pep Guardiola and the idiotic Manchester United haters out there, please do remember Manchester United academy ballers. David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, etc. So I want to shut the hell up about Manchester United forget trophies. What that showed me is Pep was nervous in his comments, where he's pulling foolishness out the ear. where he's trying, he's say, all right, I want to attack him for financial fair play. We need to draw something where all of these English media sit down here can feed on. Oh, let me throw Manchester United out there because Man U have the most Premier League titles. Brother, go do your research and shut the hell up. Now, as for your side, as for your idiot side, I said it earlier, you have 15 wingers. 15 wingers. And you start Riyad Mahrez on the right wing. And Riyad Mahrez play the whole game basically. You know him get sub off. But he could have played the whole 90 minutes. It's same, it'll be the same result. You want to come out and say, look, we don't care about the left wing. And put Nathan, whatever I'm one name for the right back, and say just shut down Grealish and shut down Sterling. This is the same Tottenham team that beat Man City in the Champions League. And it's the same team. Same exact team minus Harry Kane. So we should not be surprised that the players know how to beat City.
Yeah.
We're surprised though for years they have not found a replacement for Aguero. It's madness, and you're spending all of this money. Yes, your defense is figured out. I'll give you that. But your midfield is lacking. You need a right winger and you need a striker. But yet you go out and spend money on Grealish. Foolishness.
Yeah, when Pep Guardiola called Spurs Harry Kane's team 4 years ago, or was it 2018? The results, since he made that comment about Spurs, the results heavily favored Spurs defeating Man City in recent matchups without Harry Kane. So, come on. But of course, like you said, it's the first game. No big deal. I mean, Man City started slow last year and ended up winning the league by a country mile. But let's speak about what Nuno and what Spurs did so well today, knowing that there was a lot of noise and distraction around Harry Kane. What did Nuno did so well? Just shut down the left side of Man City and said, you know what? Mahrez is useless. And that's it.
Listen, even though Man City had more shots on target, right? And even though their possession was 66% versus 34% to Spurs, I think Spurs held the ball better. And I think they attack City side more. And I think whenever, it was so funny because Raheem was trying to beat them, trying to get penalties, trying to get fouls, like being on the ground. At one point, it was so funny where every time he touched the ball, the Spurs fans would boo him, right? So I think once they realized who had the ball, they would crowd the area. I mean, what I love with Spurs, everybody was defending. I mean, like it was non-stop running, non-stop getting the ball and just going forward. It wasn't park the bus style that we're used to seeing with Jose Mourinho. It was attack the ball, attack the player, attack the wings, and just see what can happen. And I think even through the middle, even that first goal that was scored by that only goal that scored by Spurs was a testament of everybody defending, and then just being able to counter. I mean, like, Son is dangerous on the counter, and I was kind of disappointed because Ake is my guy still. But Ake was purely beaten, and Son just showed his class. I don't know if Edison thought that the ball was going to go wide because he really didn't make an effort to try and save it. Not to say he probably would have saved it, but for this Spurs, it was attacking Manchester City, never really easing up on them. And that was good. I mean, and that's what the goal came from, was counter, attacking good football.
Yeah. Continuing our EPL roundup, let's step away from Manchester City to the other side of Manchester to probably the most impressive team this weekend, Manchester United. Paul Pogba with 3+1 assists according to Come On, joined an elite club with 4 assists in a game. He joined Dennis Bergkamp, Jose Antonio Reyes, Cesc Fabregas, and Santi Cazorla, some ballers for having 4 assists in a game. Emmanuel Adebayor and Harry Kane are also on the list, but we're going to put them aside. But he joined some ball. Manchester United was probably the best team I saw this weekend. I watch a lot of football. Come on, your thoughts on what you had Manchester as your ball of the week, but we know a Manchester fan going running a little bit. But your thoughts on Manchester United? Impressive display.
Yeah, and even though my side won 3-0, still, Manchester United for real played really good football. A couple players, you kind of wonder what's going on with them. I know, like with Greenwood and James, kind of like, I'm not sure if they're going to be a good fit, but I liked it. I like what I saw from them. At one point, somebody was saying that Harry Maguire looked like a world-class defender. I was like, oh, look, you take this thing too far now. I mean, but he has been a consistent player for Manchester United. I think this season we'll see the errors from him go down significantly because I think he has grown, but he showed real maturity. Once Pogba, made the error early in the game, I think he adjusted. So he knows how it is. He knows that he wants his money to go up, his value to go up. So he really put on a show for everybody. And people always talk about Bruno only scored from penalties. Absolutely not. It was an all-around good game for Manchester United.
Yeah.
And Junior should be pleased. But then again, it's just the first game.
Just the first game. Junior, Bruno Fernandes says people talk, people talk about the quality of Paul Pogba, but his quality is up for no discussion. We know what he can do. Paul is an important player for us. We know that these kind of performances are expected. Bruno doing the talking there. Paul Pogba was exceptional. Come on, said he's entering the final year of a contract, but overall, Junior, your thoughts on the impressive display?
What is the most disrespectful thing is that it is impressive to you guys because you guys have such low expectations. Let me tell you something. And I am the Man U fan, and I'm not playing radio, I'm not playing TV. Man U is not going to get tested until October 24th when they play against Liverpool. All right? Yesterday's game, I wanted to give Bielsa a bug of the week because Leeds could have won the game yesterday. They could have won the game yesterday. When Bielsa took off his central midfielder and put on the left back and put the left back in the center of the midfield, that is when the space opened up for Man U.
So he took off Rodri and moved Dallas into the middle.
Yeah, that was the game right there. And I've been saying this for 2 years with Ole coaching. You attack this Manchester United team, they are going to run you off the field. I was not impressed. I'm sorry. Yes, Pogba, you are we all know that. There's nothing new there. That Dan James should have never started for Man U and improved that yesterday. Come on, I know you talk about Greenwood. Greenwood is a baller. If going to show him class, I am happy Jadon Sancho play. Bramfield is not going to give Harry Maguire any kind of competition. So yes, of course, Maguire going to look like a world-class defender. But we didn't play against anybody and Bielsa dashed for the game. And that's just the reality. And Man U fans out there, I only can cuss me all I want. I'm going to sit here and say, I told you so. Because when Man U play against a sensible side, if Ole start McTominay and Fred against a sensible side, Man U going to get run off of the field. So let's all relax. Bielsa dash for the. I think he disrespected Manchester United first game at Old Trafford, full stands, and said we're going to attack them second half. That was disrespectful. Nobody will do that. You're not going to go to Etihad and make that kind of adjustment. So no, calm down, people. Nice.
Me can't believe so when you side winning. The way you're wrong, so what up with that things that your side lose.
Last year, it feels like so long ago. Wasn't it last year? Chelsea lost to Man U 4-0 in that opening game. It was last year or the year before?
It was last year.
I came on the show that day and said, listen, that is smoke and mirrors. Tammy Abraham should have scored 2 goals early. And it played out that McTominay and Fred don't have no sense. I'm telling you that. Now, the difference now is we have Jadon Sancho and we have Varane. that is going to make a difference to Man U. But if Ole played this 11, we're not a title contender by any stretch of the imagination. And we're going to struggle to reach top 4. But thank God for Jadon Sancho and thank God for Varane, because that's a big difference.
Varane got introduced yesterday before the kickoff of the game. Continuing our, come on, we cannot tell the Manchester United fan how to look at the outcome. You know, they have a very high expectation. Let's continue our football roundup of EPL games that took place this week. Chelsea defeated an easy, a very disappointing Crystal Palace team. But the player Trevor Chalobah was exceptional for Chelsea. Come on, you couldn't have an easier encounter than Patrick Vieira introduction to the EPL.
I was waiting for the game to kind of start. Even though I'm a Chelsea fan, I like good football. And Crystal Palace did not show that. Where's the Czar? Patrick Vieira will lose him up by December, watch it. Because Crystal Palace just lie down and make Chelsea roll over them. Chabala is growing into his own. He had a wonderful preseason, but I'm wary about players that, on the fringes. Look at Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham gone to Roma. He had the same characteristics like, homeboy. So I'm still looking to see what's going on. But a 3-0 victory in the opening game of the season, I couldn't ask her anything else. Who scored for we? Captain America. I can't talk to him. He's the man. So I guess we're going to be champions, crowned the end of the season when Lukaku come in with them 43 goals. So, my side are roll. So everything did look good. With stats did up there. In terms of possession, in terms of shots on target, in terms of shots on goal. Everything was right for TT. And I think TT kind of get too big for him bridges now because of peer, excitement in my boy with peer talking. So I hope him don't write a check where him Tushy cannot catch. But for me, my side it look all right, man. I think we're all right this season.
But Chelsea, the interesting thing, Junior, Chelsea won the UEFA Super Cup in the middle of the week. So one expected somewhat of an exhausted Chelsea outfit to show up. But that wasn't to be the case.
Beside deeper than the ocean, beside deep.
Yes, it seems like way. Because so if Trevor Chalobah is this good, then do you need a certain Conde that you guys are reported to be interested in from Sevilla?
We want everybody, the Russian money tall. We want everybody. We want to be able to challenge every cup. The chimney, we want it. The enamel, we want it. Everything, big cup, little cup, gold cup, silver cup, we want it. Bring in everybody, we not turn them back because guess what? I feel like by December, Timo Werner is either going to be out of Chelsea or on the bench because a man can't bat so. Terrible last season, terrible preseason, and the first game of the season, him want me pick up the little ear the mama have left from my head. No, it's not going to work. So bring in everybody, Mr. Russian, because we want everything.
I guess there's no financial fair play at Chelsea.
None at all. None at all.
Big up Jamai. Jamai is saying Chelsea win Club World Cup and the Premier League. He also corrected us. Is the 2019-2020 season Man U opened with a 4-0. Yeah, it kind of feel like.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Let's Jamai Chelsea respect the knowledge. Let's continue our EPL roundup with the shock. Well, maybe not the shock result of the weekend, but Brentford defeating Arsenal. Junior, talk about what Brentford did so well. Was it just sheer adrenaline why they defeated this Arsenal outfit?
No, let me tell you what Brentford did well. They know how to play football, while the other team have no clue what the hell they're doing on the field. Let me tell you something.
You never call them near me. What a disrespect.
Come on, listen to me. This is Ball Chat, the #1 Caribbean football show. We don't talk about business outside and name. Tell you, man, listen to me. Brentford, they have an identity. You can look at Brentford and said, you look at Ivan Toney and he's a striker and he's coming back and he's tracking back on the right wing and he's constantly doing that. The next side, they just have some mad bag of splatter man just all about the place. Then, it look like they don't even know who for pass to. When you know, like when you see a team playing and say, all right, this is our kickoff formation. Football has gotten that strategic where they are putting that on paper and bringing it on the field. The little idiot side from London, they don't even know if they want to do a corner kick or if them when they do a corner, if them playing zonal defense, if them attacking Mandy, they have no idea what they're doing. That's what Brentford did well. It started out with energy, it started out with adrenaline, but there was a moment, I can't remember the moment in the game where it kind of felt like Brentford went from, oh my God, this is the idiot side from London we're playing against.
You after find another stone you're watching.
No, the game went from, oh my God, we have to respect that side there to, we can beat like the idiot side there, man, and then ball them.
Yeah.
It could have been more than two, and then if and you're right, it's like Arsenal was clueless, especially on that second goal. On the second goal, you're like, you have everybody except the goalkeeper in the box, and you allow this man to come in and score. I'm like, nobody jumped, nobody tracked him, nobody. It's like Arsenal just got they look like they were the newly promoted side.
Yeah.
That's what they looked like, and we can't blame the coach. We can't blame him. But these are professional players who play for the country, and they're not new players. They play for the club. So it's something that you practice in training, so you know. So I don't know what Arteta will do. He have to, maybe him lose the locker room. We don't know. But the second goal was comical for a big side named Arsenal.
And there were two Brentford players competing to head that ball into the back of the net on that second goal. Easy. Coach Thomas Franks of Brentford says, quote, "We are just a bus stop in Hounslow. We're not supposed to be here. We will celebrate every win, but we want more," end quote. That's Brentford coach Thomas Frank. Very, very, very energetic team. In terms of Arsenal on the other side, Ian Wright, one of the legendary Arsenal players, tweeted out, "But for real though, it's the opening game of the season and you can't match the intensity. You know for months we're going to be up against pre-match. I said it. We be happy with a draw. A draw. That's where we are. But to not even match them, just passing sideways, kiss me teeth." End quote. Ian Wright tweeted that. How many games does Mikel Arteta have to rescue the ship?
December. Seriously, if him don't listen, you could see this could not be Manchester United. Yes, to say every time Ole sneeze, who that back at him? Sir Alex Ferguson, like every snap that you see with Ole, Fergie there's somewhere. There's a Fergie face, either look on him, look on something. He's involved. And I really don't think that Arsene Wenger is not involved with Arsenal. And he, at some point, he was said, enough is enough. Arteta got the season last season, and he kind of botched it. I mean, I don't see Arsenal being patient with Arteta like how they were patient with Arsene Wenger. They want to be a winning club and compete for trophies. But if this is all, and it's the first game of the season, let us not really blow it out of proportion. But if they continue to play like this, I see them swapping numbers with Aston Villa. They're going to be out of the top 10, and that's going to be sad. And I don't think Arsenal is going to want that. So I think December, if him don't right the ship, they're going to throw him overboard.
Junior, how many games? Mikel Arteta said he was extremely disappointed. How many games do you give him if you're the man in charge of Arsenal?
Fire him already.
From last season or today.
Moving away from Arsenal to Watford versus... Yeah, Junior, you were saying? Watford versus Aston Villa. Watford defeated Aston Villa 3-2. But most importantly, of course, Leon Bailey made his debut. Ismail Sarr, I thought was outstanding. Your thoughts on Watford being back in the EPL and the EPL introduction of one Mr. Leon Bailey, who came on late in the game?
Look here, if Aston Villa not tighten their ship, them all go 15 this season. So I need to get them act together. They tried to come back. This is Watford. I mean, like, if they were to win any game, it would be against Watford. Watford is Watford. We'll see. I guess once the players start gel, because it's most like new players come in. So, I mean, once they gel and click, hopefully we see a better side. I think Leon came in on, was it the left side he played? It's not
Yeah,
his
he played on
preferred
the left
side.
side, which was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. So when we hear them talk about Leon Bailey cannot play on the left side for Jamaica, really? A fool take up of him play any side the coach put him. He did an excellent job on the left side, which is not his preferred side, the side where everybody about him can't play upon it. He went in for the 30 minutes and he had a good debut. He even provided the assist to kind of bring, start the almost comeback. So I expect him to start next game. If he doesn't start the next game, I think his minutes will increase. But I think he's an exciting player for Aston Villa. And they just need Danny Ings, Bailey. I mean, I'm still a little bit worried about Tyrone Mings running back. Every time I see Tyrone Mings with the ball, I hold my breath. So
yeah, and
it's to be interesting. But I see Aston Villa not fighting for relegation this season, and that's going to be a good
yeah,
thing.
Leon Bailey had the assist on McGinn's goal. Aston Villa does have some more money left of the Grealish transfer, right? So they can definitely try to go out and see if they can get the services of a defender. Junior, continuing our EPL roundup, the big red side, the big bad Liverpool. Of course, Owen Gray said Mohamed Salah scored fifth consecutive opening goal. See his fifth consecutive season. Junior, your thoughts on Liverpool? They went with Ox in that midfield. And of course, the game changed once they took him off.
Yeah, Ox need to get Ox. But let me tell you something. Keita, I think Liverpool's success this season hinges on Namdi Keita and his record of being on the field. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I apologize to the Liverpool fans out there. I actually expected Liverpool to lose the game because of the midfield, but they look the same. They look like the regular club Liverpool. So as long as them stay healthy, Liverpool is going to be around. So yeah, I mean, it's just rudimentary. It's just Liverpool. They were just Liverpool once Ox came off the field.
Yeah, and come on, seeing Virgil van Dijk return must be a good sight for Liverpool faithful, right?
Yeah, my husband like him want to a party. Yeah, so I mean, when he was injured, it kind of messed up Liverpool. I mean, and I think it's more mental than anything else because I always believe that one player really don't make a team, right? So I think it was mental as well. But now he's back. The psyche should be up. Everybody should be fit and ready to go mentally and physically. And again, I like how Jota starts. I think he's a underrated footballer. And I think Jota on this Liverpool side will wreak havoc. Mane was a little bit quiet for me. I'm not even sure why. And I think we should really have given Salah an honorable mention as well because he had 2 assists and a goal. And he had a relatively good game. So I think Liverpool will not win the trophy. On a screenshot that this season, but I think they won't be in trouble when it comes to top 3.
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool defender on return, is after mentally tough injury, so it's a big step for them. And like you said, or alluded to, is somebody who definitely gives them some sort of steel and support in that back. Continuing our EPL roundup, or wrapping up our EPL roundup, I want to get your thoughts on the performance of one Mr. Rafa Benitez. A lot of Everton fans, or some of Everton fans, didn't like the hire, didn't like that Rafa Benitez, a former Liverpool manager who said that Everton is a small club, is now in charge. Your thoughts on Everton? They came back and they defeated Southampton 3-1. Richarlison and the core with a very good goal. Your thoughts on Everton?
But was he lying though? But him say Everton's a small club. Really?
No, it's you employer, so I'm to change the talk.
The man talk facts. Yeah, I actually thought that Southampton would beat Everton, so I was surprised with the comeback. You know, only if you bought Richarlison, I just think it's a tad bit overrated, and if you've never Brazilian, you want to have, the little extra will come with him. But I really think it's good. Calvert-Lewin, as usual, he's a big part for Everton, and I'm glad that he stayed. I like Rafa. I think Rafa is with the moving in professional way, the hitman go and you clean up after the hitman or something like that, John Wick or something like that. The man him go clean up after. I think Rafa is that kind of coach where he's a dependable coach. His system is there. You either work with it or you go. And I think he's a player's coach. Players seem to play for Rafa. And I think that's what Everton needs.
Yep. All right, let's wrap up our EPL roundup and look forward to EPL games coming on this week. And before we step to Bundesliga and get some quick thoughts on Bundesliga. Looking ahead, the feature matchup next weekend, Arsenal versus Chelsea. That's a Sunday primetime matchup. Does Arsenal and Mikel Arteta gets it right here and defeat Chelsea? This game is
get it right against Ufa side, my side.
This game is at Arsenal. He needs a win. He needs something.
Him not get it from my side, you mad? Him need a win. TT no say win or lose to Arsenal. It's a small club. Chelsea don't lose to DB side. You crazy? No, absolutely not. Him can't. All right then. When him bring on the ball-head one, cannot beat my side.
Liverpool play Burnley, Aston Villa versus Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Leeds, Everton, Man City, Norwich, Brighton, Watford on Saturday. Sunday, Southampton, Manchester United, Wolves, Spurs, and the Sunday late game is Arsenal, Chelsea. Junior, Mikel Arteta needs something. Why not beat the big team Chelsea to resurrect your fledgling Arsenal career?
I agree. There's a very slim possibility, but if Arteta can't get that Arsenal team after getting beat up by a newly promoted team, you can't get them ready to play against arguably the best team in England. Brother, let's pack up your bag and go here. I think Arsenal is going to play better against Chelsea. They might not beat them. I think it's going to be a draw.
You think it's going to be a draw? And even a draw would be enough for him, right? At this stage.
We're not taking a draw. We're not taking no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Do you expect Lukaku to start this game or get some minutes for Chelsea?
Yeah. I don't think he'll start. If TT is a good manager, he's not going to start. Match fitness and blah, blah, blah. But hold on, they're supposed to quarantine. How that work? Anywho, Arsenal now beat with. All if we don't play with a number 9. All if a team of Werner are going to be the savior. Arsenal now.
Arsenal fans would love for a victory over Chelsea so they can run in and shut up, come on, for all the banter she has put on them. Official prediction before we step to Bundesliga of this Arsenal-Chelsea game, family. Junior's got a draw. You said Arsenal won't win, but what's your
3-0. 3-0 we're going to get Arsenal.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
And Crime Minister said, I cannot wait for next Sunday when come on eat humble pie.
Come on my side knows about vacation.
It's a vacation. I don't see Arsenal winning the game. Of course, the ball is round. I don't see Arsenal winning the game. Tuchel is an exceptional manager. He's talking a little bit too much for my blood, but I mean, he's talking about club structure, all that stuff. Don't worry about those things. But Chelsea win this game. 2-0. Chelsea wins. I don't know if Amani and Lacazette will play. Do you guys expect them to play because they were ill for this last game for Arsenal?
Yes.
Yes, you expect.
Because Yeah, because what Arsenal put out against Brentford did not work, so he needs to change strategy.
Need to change. All right. Taking a look at opening weekend in the Bundesliga, the reign of Julian Nagelsmann began as the coach, and he was saved by, of course, the Predator himself, Robert Lewandowski. I mean, your thoughts on Bayern Munich on it's just one game, the first game, but your thoughts on initial reading on Julian Nagelsmann and Bayern Munich against Mönchengladbach. Gladbach is pretty competitive outfit for them historically.
Yeah, I mean, and I expected that. Mönchengladbach is one of those teams that don't really roll over and die when it comes to big name club. And they're a big club too, but they always take the fight to any other club. So I just think it's the first game. I think Bayern Munich kind of got out slow out of the gate. But I think again they'll win the league.
Yeah, that's kind of the general prediction. Junior, this brother, your striker Erling Haaland cannot stop scoring. Junior, imagine how many goals is you going to score. At some point, defenders got to realize he's the man who's going to score the goals and just double him.
I don't know what come on talking about Bayern Munich winning. I tell you already, Borussia Dortmund winning the league this year. Erling Haaland is essentially playing in a contract season. Everybody know Erling Haaland leaving next year, right? Everybody know that. So he's now trying to maximize his personal terms agreement. Good luck to the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich just hold second place this year, yeah, man. But Borussia Dortmund is winning the league this year. Because Erling Haaland, I'm gonna say it again, he's playing for a contract. So
he never played last season, Junior. You're like a one-man kind of team. Listen, Frankfurt scored 2 goals. Clearly, Haaland couldn't prevent those things as the goalkeeper and the defender because they make it seem like him alone upon the pitch.
I tell you already.
I said, is he coming to Man U?
No.
Okay.
Not happening.
Not.
So try and get in.
As it relates to Arsenal, football family, big up Matthew. Matthew said the Arsenal do the double. Remind me, the Arsenal did the double over Chelsea last year.
Come on,
you're the Chelsea fan. Can you please? My memory's kind of foggy. Did Arsenal do the double over Chelsea last year?
First of all, we are Champions League winners, okay?
I don't know if that's a question. Come on.
I don't know. Let me look, but I don't know.
Yes. So big up Matthew, and that's a reminder. Thank you. Arsenal definitely did the double.
But you know what, the Arsenal fans, they like to rehash history. I mean, they're so good at history at school. Everything is history for them. No.
So Arsenal, with the fact that they did the double over Chelsea last year, so maybe there's an opportunity there to go ahead and sneak one in. Mikel Arteta could definitely use that victory. Continue our Bundesliga. Before we step away from Bundesliga, RB Leipzig lost to men's. Jesse Marsch, U.S. coach Jesse Marsch, is under a microscope. I mean, a lot of people maybe question whether he's the man for this role. Your thoughts on what you saw from Leipzig yesterday against men's and the fact that they lost? I mean, of course, it was an error by Mukiele in that defense for them. But your thoughts, come on what you saw from Leipzig.
Leipzig is a good enough team. I don't know what the excitement is when it comes to Jesse. I mean, Jesse has done so much for that club. They've been doing well. They've been performing well. And
he did a lot for RB Red Bulls, but Leipzig, it's the same Red Bulls ownership group. But now that was Austria. Now this is Germany. Where so I mean, we know Jesse's a good coach, right?
Okay, yeah. Yes. All right, so but what was I watching yesterday? I never watched Austrian League yesterday. But yeah. So listen, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. To me, it was an error. And I think Jesse's a good enough coach. That's all I think. I mean, he is a good enough coach to lead the side, and I think he will do well.
Junior,
I'm just impatient. It's one game.
It is one game. It is one game, and we don't want to read anything to it. Junior, your thoughts on RB Leipzig? Do you see any initial indication of a system of how Jesse is gonna do this year, or is just one game? We can't really read too much into it as
We know them fighting for third place.
okay. Then we know they're
Yeah.
fighting for third place. Um, Stepping over to La Liga quickly before we get to yard ballers. Karim Benzema and Real Madrid it's pretty much Real Madrid title. It's all about Benz for this Real Madrid team, right? They have to keep Benzema healthy to really have a chance. Carlo Ancelotti back at the helm at Real Madrid. Your thoughts, family?
You know what? I love Big Ben, and I just think, and again, I like to use the word underrated when it comes to football because them don't get them feared. And I think Big Ben is one of those players. Just give the man his due. You know, he scores when he needs to score, and he's constantly bringing Real Madrid on his back. So I mean, they're okay. They look okay as the season young. We'll see what happens as they progress. But I think they had a good game yesterday, and Big Ben is the man.
Did you see enough from Barcelona? Barcelona defeated Sociedad. Come on, did you see enough from Barcelona to say that Barcelona is going to be challenging for this title?
Look here, it is Real Sociedad. They did absolutely nothing. They had the ball. All they had to do was go forward. They might go all. They might turn back the ball and go the opposite way. Let them know want to score. So it is not a good metric test. I couldn't tell. I saw, and this is how I know I could not tell. Martin Brathwaite was plotting and shifting players. Man almost dropped. He may even score a goal, and you know how I feel about Brathwaite. So I don't know. This game, even though we won, it was real saucy that I don't think I saw enough to really say yes, we're on our way. But I must say that Memphis seems to be fitting in seamlessly. He had the assist on the free kick. And he played well, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And you know that it's real sort of that suck when PK scored. But go on, we don't know yet.
Junior, did you see enough from Barcelona to think, or Atletico Madrid to think that they will regain this title? It's just one game. They defeated Celta in kind of a nasty affair.
That's just Atletico beat Atletico, right? And it all hinges on Carlo Ancelotti and keeping Real Madrid motivated. That's all the season come down to. That's what Barcelona, all you Barca fans out there that, see his system and we can move. Listen to me. These players, they knew what was waiting for them if they had laid an egg today. And winning 4-2, I'm sorry, you laid an egg. Can you give 2 goals? So these players, they know exactly what's waiting for them tomorrow if they had pulled an Arsenal. So wait until La Liga get boring. Because remember, when Barca is Barca, Real Madrid is Real Madrid, it is always a 2-horse race, right?
Yeah.
And the rest of the league boring. Now give them a month or 2 for the real Barcelona for sure.
Yeah. All right.
You're disrespectful, but let me just say,
Yes.
But when the goals were scored in the 82nd minute, for the Barcelona took them foot off of the gas. They thought that they had the game wrapped up. So I don't think with a better team they would have taken the foot off the gas.
With a better team, they now score 4 goals. Come on, man.
You don't know that, Junior. You know where you're supposed to go.
Brathwaite not scoring against a better team. I'm sorry. You play against Atletico Madrid. Brathwaite has just sit on that.
You know what we're going with the confidence.
You say you play against an idiot side. You Brathwaite, Memphis Depay, I go up against Memphis Depay up against Real Madrid. Memphis Depay against Atletico Madrid. Pique, the big beds versus Pique. João Felix, the biter versus Pique. Listen to Barca fans. Enjoy the 4-2 win. Feel good. And just pray that somebody comparable come in and get the number 10 jersey. Quick.
No one is available for that. Junior, before we go to yard ballers, let's get some comments out. Jeremy and Levy. And run a bless up yourself, family. Jeremy and Levy said Bayern now win. and who is it that Jeremy claims is coming to Manchester? Is that another Manchester United fan?
Erling Haaland.
Oh, Erling Haaland. I guess there's no financial fair play at Manchester United, huh?
Sorry, the little idiot, little spend on them, no man.
And over on FlowSports, Junior, before we get to Yard Ballers.
No, yo, big up, Matthews. Like you said earlier, just remember that they did the double over them last season.
Yes, Matthew. I'm gonna go look, and you're right. But it wasn't it before the second half of the season. Yep. Oh, you beat with
Bro.
a 1-0 and a 3-1. Me look, become the one, make sure. But that not one. That was before we won the Champions League. No, we are Champions League enough.
Come on, I'm sure you were well aware of the double. You knew that. You didn't have to look it up.
Remember, wasn't Chelsea the game that David Luiz get the red card?
Don't even bring this man. But
And look on it, and see, he was our double agent. Know him gone.
yeah, football family, before we're going to get to Yard Ballers highlighting Jamaican football. If you're new to the show, football family, just a reminder to subscribe to Ball Chat YouTube page, Ball Chat Facebook page. We have live show every Sunday. We discuss anything in football and all things football. And we also have a phone line that will open up some Sundays. So let's get to Yard Ballers. Wait, Humble Lion, is it Humble Lion that continues to win football game? Come on. In the Jamaican.
You need to stop it. Them still on our gullies. You need to stop it. So this weekend we had an embarrassment of riches when it came to Reggae Boy scoring or having an assist. So Shamar Nicholson had an assist. Ethan Pinnock had an assist versus Arsenal. Bobby Reed had 3 assists. Rafael had 1 assist. Liam Bailey had 1 assist. Mikel Antonio, if he ever decides to play for, because guess what? Me and you know say him start play good and bang in the balls and England come calling him now forward for me. But anyway, so he had a goal and 2 assists in the 4-2 win versus Newcastle. USL kind of quiet, Speedy, and his team came back to win for Miami. Junior Fleming's again with a goal. I think it's his 3rd goal in 4 matches, if I'm not mistaken. So he's actually showing up. So, his name should be called when it comes to the World Cup qualification. Cavalier beat Malines 3-1. Waterhouse beat Mount Pleasant 2-0. Mount Pleasant is an example, or should I say it's the same thing like Manchester City, just to show us that money does not win games. Because Mount Pleasant is the money team, and McDibby Waterhouse can beat them.
No,
really?
but come on, that was last year. The Mount Pleasant money run out because of the
pandemic. The money's still strong. Though you bring in the Englishman now come take ticket work. The money is there, and they're pumping in the money. And they're a sponsor of the Premier League. Anyways, let us
my apologies. I was thinking about Malines. I think you're dropping word on Malines. Sorry.
What about Malines? Malines never ready. So Waterhouse beat Mobile 2-0 and Humble Lion beat Aberview 2-0. So there is on top of the league by 1 point. So the race is kind of interesting. Benton side is Malines. Malines is no good. I'm sorry, Malines, sorry to say so. The leading goal scorer so far is Okwasa Chung of Harborview. He's on 5 points, 5 goals. So I think, see if they might get called because he can play good football. I heard that Issa is saying that they're thinking about restarting schoolboy football in October. It's interesting. Because the government don't say anything about face-to-face for school. So for the schoolboy football to really take place, it's just a whole bunch of logistics. So that's going to be interesting. So anyways, that's my roundup for local baller, yard ballers. Tune in next week, and I have more information for you.
Yard Ballers. And come on, we know that Mikel Antonio is going to roll out for the Reggae Boys. He already has a passport. One to you.
He have an England book too. So
Football family, we do this every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check it out. Check us out. We also have Watch Along coming up of Jamaica's game in September. Jamaica's World Cup games starting in World Cup qualifier games in September. So we'll have watch along for those. If you're new to the channel, again, we want to implore you guys to subscribe to the platform. And, if you want to join the show, if you want to come on the show, just email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. We accept anyone who wants to discuss football. Junior, since Manchester United was so excellent, you get the final say, football family, before we go on.
Yo, I'm just happy that football is back. I'm happy the fans are in the stands. It's such a great feeling. It just feel like my Sundays are back again. So let's keep it going, people. Stay safe out there, and remember to watch along. Hey, world class watch along to
Yep. Football family, you can connect with us on Instagram at Ball Chat Podcast. We're on Twitter at Ball Chat One. We're on Facebook at Ball Chat. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. Yo, Manchester United look wicked. Come on. Trust me, they look good.
Come on, answer Benton before you say anything else. Everybody, call on a friend, tell on a granny, auntie, cousin, all of them for forward next week. After come on. Laugh after come on. Go on, come on, respond.
Beside not lose. Beside that losing, not to Arsenal. Beside that lose.
Yes, bless up family. Look at what we are, you know.